that. And we are joined by Tulsa coach Philip Montgomery. The Golden Hurricane is 2-2 overall. They were idle last week. Tulsa is back in action Saturday at SMU. The game will be a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Central start on ESPNU. Coach, thank you so much for joining us on the call. If you just get your thoughts on how your open week went as you prepare to get back in action Saturday at SMU.
Yeah, I thought our open week went extremely well. Got an opportunity to continue to work and work on some things that we definitely needed to spend some time on. I thought our guys did a good job of handling that. Got some good on good in that as well, and so continuing to try to grow as a football team and collectively as we move through. You know, got an opportunity to really get caught up, try to get a little healthy, get back right in the classroom, make sure that we're taking care of business there, and then also preparing for a extremely tough SMU team who is playing extremely well right now. And, you know, what an impressive win they had last weekend in a dominating type performance. So, no, we've got our hands full and looking forward to the opportunity of going down there and playing.
Any questions for Coach Montgomery, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
Our next question comes from Stephen Hawkins from the Associated Press. Please go ahead.
Hey, Philip, being a Dallas-born Texas native, I'm assuming you've got to know the historic significance of what SMU's done in being ranked. Can you kind of talk about what you know about that history, having grown up around Texas?
Yeah, you know, when you think back to those early days at SMU and the type of players they were having, the seasons they were having, it's always been a very prominent school. You know, they do a great job academically. They do a great job athletically. They've had some years that they've had to obviously try to work their way back after the death penalty, and I think they've obviously overcome that now. I think Sonny's doing a fantastic job there and his staff, and so, you know, Tulsa and SMU have played each other from a conference standpoint in a lot of different conferences and a lot over the most recent years, and so there's been a good give and take on that part of it, and, you know, excited about going down and playing them again.
What kind of, I mean, for a fan base that's waited so long for this, what kind of atmosphere? I mean, it's going to be an atmosphere anyway because I know the game last year, what it meant to SMU, and they want to get back to that. But for a fan base that hasn't had a ranked game at home since 86, what kind of atmosphere do you anticipate this week?
Well, I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I think, obviously, their fans are going to show up. I think their student section will be loud. I know everybody's excited about everything that has gone on so far this year, and so I think it's going to be a loud and ruckus-type crowd, and, you know, that'll add another factor to the game that will be difficult to handle for sure.
All right. Thanks, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
Other questions for Coach Montgomery, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue. Coach, I'll ask the next one. It's in the context of this game, and can we get your thoughts maybe on the West Division in the American as a whole? I mean, you see, obviously, SMU and Memphis both undefeated, and you're coming in this game as the last team to have defeated SMU. Can we just get your thoughts on maybe the strength of the West side of the conference in the context of this game?
Yeah, I mean, let's start with just the strength of our conference in general. I think every year this conference gets better and better, and I think we continue to show the nation and everybody around it how strong our conference is, how it's continuing to grow in strength. You look at the athletes that are coming out of our conference. You look at the coaches that are in our conference. Our schedules that we play are extremely difficult, and we continue to keep coming out on top of all of those things. When you look at the west side of it, I mean, unbelievable talent. Again, I think this year, just like it has, in my opinion, the last couple of years, the west side has been consistently strong throughout, and that has not changed. I mean, I watched the Memphis Navy game the other night, which was an extremely competitive game. You know, you look and see what happened with SMU and how they are playing right now. Houston's playing extremely well, even though they've had a very tough schedule. They are still playing extremely well. Tulane doing what they're doing, and the list goes on and on. So we know that the West Side is difficult. We know that our conference is difficult, but every week's going to be a battle, and you got to continue to keep improving as the year goes on.
Thank you, Coach. We can go on now to the next question, please.
Our next question comes from Damon Sales of Rivals.com. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Damon?
I'm good. Thanks, Coach. SMU's coming off of a game where they had 10 sacks. 3 of those sacks came from non-starters. I think the first 3 came from non-starters. What does a stat like that say in regards to the preparation for your offensive linemen in general?
Well, they bring a lot of different pressure packages. They've got some really good athletes up front. They've got a lot more experience up front than what you would originally think. There's some guys that we've been going against now for, it seems like, forever. So they're athletic, they're fast, they're moving guys around. They've got good length up there, and we know we got our hands full when it comes to that. Those guys are playing at a really high level right now, playing with a lot of confidence. And our offensive line is going to have to be locked in to give Zach some time. So we know it's going to be a challenge, especially for us. I mean, obviously we're young up front, but, we're going to be up to the challenge and be well prepared for it.
A quick follow-up question for you. What's your relationship like with Coach Sonny Dykes?
Sonny and I have known each other for a lot of years now, going all the way back to when he was at Tech, and I remember going up and working camps at Tech when he was coaching there. So we've known each other a long time. We've got a lot of close friends together, and so my relationship with him has always been good. Got a lot of respect for him and his staff and what they do, and excited about another opportunity to go against each other.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, we appreciate your time as always today. Look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.